Okay, so it's kind of awkward because Stella's asleep right under me. She's kind of drugged out asleep. She's not, I mean, she's asleep, but she had a little help. One of the things I wanted to say though was earlier I didn't ever finish talking about what that girl was talking about with the apple cider vinegar and using it to clean you and the antimicrobial benefits to it and stuff. And that is the same thing with the that serum that I made out of the orange peel and stuff. But anyways, so I did wash my hair today with just the vinegar, and because I wanted to see what it would be like. And I have been using those soap bars, so I haven't been using the detergent in my hair in a while. I've only been using those soap bars are all natural, so supposedly they don't have any detergents, but I don't know, I could be wrong. And they market it as it's all natural stuff. So, and they're just these bars. It's supposed to be rice. There's something about fermented rice is good for your hair. So anyways, it's supposed to be some kind of shampoo like that. And so I have been doing that. And I always put all of the oils, when I switched off of the creams and stuff that they market for your skin. And I switched to all of just natural oils and stuff. And it always makes my hair much oilier. But it's not dirty, it's just oilier. And it's weird because if it's oily, like you could just push it back and it will stay back. When you're in the mirror, and it will stay back. So it's got to be like a little dirty, because then when it's just freshly washed, it just is so soft that you can't make it do anything. It just, and so I just keep looking at things differently now, like trying to see things that I would have usually considered like, oh, that hair looks dirty, but I know it's not dirty, and I know it's clean, even if it doesn't look like detergent hair. And so, notice it, because the detergents don't just absorb into us, but they also mess with our skin and cause other problems. So, a lot of people have scalp issues. A lot of people have underpit issues. And that girl, so she uses it for deodorant. She even uses it. It will keep bugs off of you. If you're outside doing stuff and mosquitoes are harassing you, you spray some of that on you and they will stop. She said she sprays it on everybody that comes over, and they're always so grateful. So anyways, I am going to just keep trying to do more of the natural stuff and just kind of get more used to it, because I think it's so much better for our skin, for our whole system. But that wasn't what I was going to say anything. It was, I'm sitting here just bored out of my fucking head. And I don't want to just go outside all the time. I'm really trying to limit my outdoor time. Like I used to, the past couple of years, I'd be out riding my bike all over. And you're out there breathing in all of these toxins, and they are dumping them like crazy. That was one thing I saw yesterday too. Somebody, it was before some sort of committee or something, and they have been doing measurements on I guess they take measurements out of the air in the sky, off of the soil, all of these different things to measure. And the heavy metals, the toxins and stuff have gone up. Oh, I don't even remember. It seems like they said like 3,000 times or something over the past few years. Like they're really going hard on us. It's just so funny because I just, when people first started that and all these people were out there, oh, we're pure, we would never be so stupid. It was like, are you kidding me? You think that's all they got going? It's just that? They're going to rely on that? Yeah, they've been running this world a long time. They're not just relying on one damn thing. But anyway, so I don't, and then I'm trying to keep Stella in more because it really is affecting her a lot, these toxins. Well, they're affecting me a lot too. My eyes are fucking killing me, but there's no sensors in your eyes. I can just barely keep mine open. And this fucking tickle that you can never get out of there. Oh, God, I'm so sick of everything. Okay, so, anyways, still trying to go natural, but I wanted to show the, what it looked like, you know? But that is with a lot of oils and the vinegar stuff. So that's why I wanted to show it was up close so you could see for yourself if you want to go in that direction or you want to keep using detergents or whatever. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. So I've been trying to limit my time outside more because of all the toxins and chemicals and how much I can see them affecting us. And, you know, I just know it's temporary. Like, I don't know how fucking temporary it's going to be. It's way more temporary. It's way longer of a temporary than I thought originally. That's for fucking sure. I saw another thing, you know, that was big hopes also for the Juneteenth date or something. It was supposed to be big, so it was supposed to happen. And who knows, something big could have happened somewhere. There's more planetary alignments that are happening. So, I don't know. Something will really be the thing that shakes everything up. I just saw this guy, you know, I guess the guy who I was just talking about in the other video, I think he gets in some squabbles with a lot of people. Like, I think he kind of does this stuff. Like he'll go into my comments and stuff like that, and then he will do video answers to people in my comments. So he probably does that on a lot of people's pages. But anyways, he seems to have beef with a few people. And I saw him talking about some guy, and I went on and I was listening to that guy. And, you know, there's all this stuff about the melanin in the blood, which I've been talking about for a while, but it seems to be more of a topic that is getting more talked about now. But there's like some arguing and stuff. But the guy who believes, the one that I keep arguing with about the sun and whatever, about the sensors or whatever, he was saying, and I don't know about this, and he could be right, because we only understand up to our own knowledge. He could be far advanced from me and know way more than me. I have no idea. That's not something that, you know, we can ever possibly know where somebody else is at and where we're at, and it's too variable. There's too much variables. So anyways, he was the black guy was the guy who did the video that they seemed to be in some beef with. And that guy was talking about, and there's been a lot of the people who are realizing stuff about the melanin, and they are calling themselves the purebloods. And, you know, the rest of us watered down people, we're soulless or something. Like there's all areas in these conversations that go on. But so I guess the black guy was coming across as kind of arrogant or something to some people, like his people were the better people, like in the division. I don't know. I wasn't really taking it like how some people were taking it, but we all take things differently. So, but the guy who that I was talking about earlier, the one who's always like, his name is Nerdy White Guy. That's what I should just say, Nerdy White Guy. So it'd be easier to keep up with. He's the one who has done the video responses to me, and I'm sure he does them to other people. I'm sure that's why he gets in these beefs with people. It's like, dude, you're not the expert on everything. And he already had come at me like, and I've heard him talk before. I know he has not been spiritual for very long, and he comes in like he just knows everything. He's the expert. He's the expert on this, expert on that. It's like, I get, you may feel like that when you come to awake, you know, that you just feel like empowered and stuff like that. But spiritual path is one of being humble and allowing everyone to get to those places on their own. But anyways, so he was talking about the white people. I may not completely understand his thing, so I'm not trying to set anybody, you know, against this guy or anything. Everybody should figure out their own people they're in alignment with, not through somebody. That drives me crazy because, and I see this in people's relationships all the time, how they view somebody. They're going to make sure everybody views them the way through their eyes. It's like, that's not cool, not cool. So I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to give anybody, but I'm just trying to talk about the conversation and give you the players. And he was saying that the white people We took our melanin and purposely, like the old tribes or something, those people purposely sat, concentrated on their melanin and moved it from their blood to their brain so that they could become more like gods or something. I was just like, some of this stuff, like I hear, to me, it just sounds like it's just wackier and wackier. We got angels guarding the fucking ice wall. We got, like, there's so much different stuff that people keep saying. And I know everybody has the same feeling. Their information is right, just like how I feel about mine. Like, and you know, sometimes, and I have a lot, I've talked about this before, I have personal things too. I mean, my guides don't just tell me this stuff. My guides are just nonstop. They're always telling me shit. And they're always showing me shit. They're always telling me all sorts of stuff. And they tell me stuff about my own life and what's going to happen. And, you know, it's so crazy too, because if you tell anybody stuff that they tell you, they don't hear it. Like, you don't have to share everything your guides tell you, because it'll sound crazy to some people. And then people start trying to tell you, this is what you got to do and all this, you know, like they'll tell me what I need to do. It's like pretty loud and clear telling me what to do all the time. I think they've got it covered. But anyways, so when they are telling me stuff, then, and things don't happen really fast, but you know, there's a reason why sometimes things have to happen slowly, because there's a purpose to it. And there's a lot of lessons and stuff that you learn about through the thing. Like, they tell me all this stuff. They show me this stuff. They give me so much information, you know. So there's lots of things that they've told me that I have not seen come into fruition, but there's tons of things that they've told me that I have. And so when I start being like doubting my own self, doubting my own guidance, and I'll always play that hand, well, you said, and when is it going to happen? You know, like I get all like that, with them. And then they always show me immediately the things that they have shown me and that have come into. So it's always like they just pull something out. It's like, oh, yeah, you're right about that. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yep. Yeah, you told me. Yeah, oh, yep. You know, and they'll just start showing me stuff. So I don't know. I'm not trying to convince anybody to listen to me that I've got all the answers or something. You know, some of these other people, there could be angels guarding the ice wall. There could be all white people have moved their melanin from their blood to their brains. Like, I don't know. I hear a lot of weird shit. To me, that just sounds like, this just sounds weird. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, but like I said, we all only understand up to our own abilities. So anyways, while I was sitting in here, you know, trying to find something to do, and I was looking on TikTok and stuff, and that's how I saw his beef and his thing, and I just thought, how strange. Like, that is, I just don't see it that way. I see that the soldier, which I guess this is another thing to me, is the absurdity to wake people up. But the news keeps showing footage, like still pictures of stuff going on with the crane of you and all that. And oh my God, the nonsense going on with that fucking, Ben Stiller is going to go over for a little chat. Oh, the guy's in the middle of a war, but he's got time. You want to have tea and biscuits? Let's just sit here and talk about what it's like to be an actor. It's like, oh my God, this stuff. And why are they always pulling out these actors? Like, that's going to distract us. Like, oh, war. Oh, here's Jennifer Aniston. Look, she got a new haircut. Oh, okay, no worry. Oh, let's just look at her hair. Oh, her hair is so cute. Like, is that, man, so, like, maybe that's how we always were. We were that easily distracted, that easily like, oh, don't pay attention to what's really going on. Look over here, you know, and we were all just so much like that, but to see how they look at us like that, like we're just so fucking stupid. Just pull these actors out. Oh, Matthew McConaughey, he's going to come up and tell us all about the weapons and his opinions. Like, dude, what? He is one person out of how many billions of people, and he matters more? Let's just start pulling up some people who have a different opinion. Some regular citizens. Let's hear how they're feeling. Who gives a fuck how this guy who has the armed bodyguard probably with him all the time. I mean, the guy's like tiny. I'm sure he is not, I don't know how tiny he is. He's probably not like Tom Cruise tiny, but I mean, he's not some, he's not the fucking Rock. The Rock probably still has armed guards. Like, oh, I just get sick of this bullshit. Because there's people who believe it. I have seen this guy on TikTok just going to town. Like, he must be the spokesperson for the liberals. Like, the stuff that he is just... Because the reason I even see him is because people who I know keep responding to him and doing those little video chat things. So I keep seeing what this guy's saying, and he's got me where I want to fucking search him down and say something. It's like, oh my God, dude. Do you have any empathy for anyone? Oh my gosh. The people who get so into, like they'll set the rules for us all, because what affects them, that's the limitation there. If you are being affected by anything beyond what this person feels, then something's wrong with you, It's like, I just get sick of the arrogance and the ignorance and the, and it's all about ego. So that's what we're going to keep seeing, because that's the work that has to be done. That is what people are supposed to be seeing in themselves, is their own ego, so that they can work on it and heal it and get it under control, so that they can evolve and become more, higher vibration with all their healing from all their past lives and traumas and the stuff that they hold on to in this one. So anyways, none of those things were what I was even, the reason I came back. So while I was on and I was looking at these different things, just sitting here and trying to make the best of the day, then this one popped on, and I even shared it. I watched it. I was like, oh, please don't say anything. Because that's what had got me taken down the last time, was somebody else's video. So it made me nervous. So, but I did share it. So when I flipped up the next video had started, and it popped up and it was her video, right when I saw it, and it said something about a map, and right when I looked at it, when she does the first shot, I was like, oh my gosh, that's the honeycomb look, like what I'm talking about right there, the honeycomb and the different realities. And so then she starts showing the map, and I guess apparently there's guys, she bought the map, I believe, from somebody who has a YouTube channel who talks about this. So I shared her thing, but when I go from TikTok to YouTube, I can't share the exact TikTok. I have to download it and then reload it. So it won't have the links, but you might find some stuff in there to find the links to this guy's page. But anyways, he does, and I would imagine he's probably a flat earther. Maybe he does flat earth maps or something. But this map is supposed to be of like what we would consider our solar system, like the world that we are all existing in, with all of the other planets and stuff. And so our words, because you think of solar system, and immediately, we think of space, because that's what's been implanted into our head. So we start envisioning like planets and space and stuff like that, and black holes and stars and everything. But really it is, it's around us, not out there. So, it reminds me so much of a body. Like, I've said this, I think, since the beginning. Like, the solar system is the universal body of life that we all come from. That is the source of what we all are, this solar system. But I look at it more of like a body, like even a body of land, but the whole system put together as a body. And it is like honeycomb, but it doesn't have to be a body. And like, the reason we have arms and legs is because we need them. We need the legs and to get around, to be bipedal, There's purpose for everything that we have, like why you have 5 fingers, why you have 2 eyes, like that's why when you start going to other realms, other realities, why other things or creatures or aliens or whatever you want to think these different beings, avatars are, that it is, the avatar is so it can deal with that environment. So there's a purpose to what you have as arms and legs and stuff like that. So when you think of a body, like a solar system, you don't have to just think of it as just like a body like ours. It's just a body that we all share. We all come from the same system. So, and I don't know that I would imagine that it is like what I'm seeing is huge open space with tons and tons of bodies lying in the open space. Then you go inside the body and there's bodies inside the body, and then you go in that body and there's bodies inside. That is what I'm talking about. Everything goes out like that. So I would imagine we're just one solar system in a system of more solar systems. And it's our ability as consciousness, the more that we evolve, as our abilities to maneuver through the different plateaus that exist in the different realms, because that's all it is, you know? And so in his map, he was showing, just like what I keep saying, is it's just all these different land masses. And it looks so much like a honeycomb with these different circles. Like when you look at ours and how we have a nice wall and stuff, and those different, just all these different circles around all this other giant, like, I guess it's water, and then these land masses, and then they're in each like their own bubble, just like what I was saying, what they were showing me, what I've been seeing. So then it has the in how I said, like the planets and the stars, their energy, they are, it looks like people dancing or something. It isn't like a round ball up there with, you know, how we think, what they tell us that planets are. It's not like that, or what they tell us stars are and stuff like that. So what this girl was saying, I haven't listened to him, I've only listened to her, and you can listen to the video, I shared the whole video. But the each place, each one is under its own bubble, where it's all bubbles, all these different bubbles and realities, and a lot of them are at the same vibration. But see, even here where we are in our vibration, there's other places we could move through this reality if we were at a different vibration. That's the whole purpose of why you go and incarnate and go through all of these different things, is because you expand yourself, and it gives you more abilities as a consciousness, as you, even in your energy form and your choices and where you can go and what you can do for eternity. So, anyways, the map had all of these different bubbles, but all of the different ones, it says like Mars, what I had said, how it says like the different planets, like Sirius A or whatever, all these different. And I had seen that other map too, where there was some of them that named gods. But this is the first one I've seen like this. I had seen the flat earth map. And then I'd seen the general bird map that showed more land masses out. And that's where I'd seen where it said Sirius. I was like, oh, that makes so much more sense. The planets aren't out. They're out. And so, and the flat earth just makes so much more sense. All of it just makes so much more sense. And then, so, and I think that's the whole thing, is just trying to resolve in your mind, because this is what abusive people do, is gaslight you. They lie to you. They get you to doubt yourself, so you don't believe in yourself. You doubt your own instincts so that you believe what they tell you. That's how the whole manipulation, gaslighting, and everything. So, I mean, they started out when we're really small. And that is a huge reason why they want us all in school at such a young age. And there's something about, from the time you're 1 to 7, you're in theta brain stage or something, brain waves. And so you can absorb information a lot better. So that's why they do hardcore on the manipulation, and they just build on that in the programming and the indoctrination. But it starts out right away to get you to go against your instincts, go against your own senses, so that you right off the bat are in this, okay, this doesn't make sense. So you go into an instability immediately when you start interacting outside of your household, really. So it can be, just a couple years for some people. Like this little girl over here, she's got her whole life over there, at the preschool. I just got so disgusted too this morning, when the bus went by, and I just keep being like, still? All these kids are still in school? It's like, what does the government just not want kids to be home or have any influence by their families or their parents? And the amount of TikToks or videos or whatever that I have seen of teachers and stuff telling people, like, don't trust your parents. Oh, your parents aren't there for you. Your parents don't understand you. Like, there's just so much manipulation. But it starts from the very beginning, and it starts with us doubting our own senses, doubting our own insight, severing the tie between our internal and what our eyes are showing us and what we're being internally told. Because we have internal guidance. That's what I've been saying the whole time. But that they interfere with that. They try and override that system, and they make people doubt that system. And some people, they're making that system dry up. So anyways, that when I saw that map, I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I see. This is exactly what I believe it is, and why when we start being able to move out. And she even said, so every single one is a different dome, and that what we see when we look up in space and we think we're looking at a planet, it's really the energetic, like if you were above us, like I've talked about before, the beings that are outside of our realm, when they're looking down on us, that's why I say connect with your higher self and become an observer. And then things don't feel so painful. But so to them, they see the reflection coming through the dome, and they can see, they see further away, so they can see the past and the future. They can tell you, oh, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Prepare for this. But to them, it can look like it's about to happen any second. And to us, it can feel like it takes years. Believe me. So anyways, when they are, what was I saying? When you, oh, something with the map, I think. Anyways, the dome thing. So that dome thing has the reflection, the energy that we are putting out, and of the vibration and stuff that is being held in. And so that is reflecting that what I said, it looks like something dancing or something. That is the reflection of the energy of the reality that exists in that bubble. I was like, oh, that makes so much sense, because I kept being like, how are people, like, how is this Narubu? Like, how far does space go out? Because we're not going out, we're going out. So how far does it go out? Like, I know we're in like an air bubble, and that's why they fucking mess with it so much. But in all of the different ones look like they're in an air bubble, and that's why I said it's like the waters are all around us, and we're all in these bubbles of existence. And when this happens, whatever this thing that's going to happen, and I just saw, there was another thing I wanted to share about what I just saw somebody else talking about. It just came in my head too. Well, if I talk long enough, maybe it'll come back. But so if that, that map, once, because I just feel like that there's gonna be, the more and more I just keep feeling like that is something with our energy, that we are the ones who are kind of like exploding this ice wall and the firmament. So that opens up our abilities to be able to travel and move through other space-time continuum. That is the opening through the portal into other realities, you know? I mean, I just know like we're held in this one, but there is other things around us, just like, Bigfoot, all these things that were around us that people were in denial of, those things are really around us. Giants are really around us, but they don't think that they're around us, so that they don't believe they're around us. So there is still something to our vibration. It's like we're not all at the same vibration, even under the bubble. And so if you are a believer, then you do have an understanding that these realms exist around you. So that would be kind of like a different vibration. But it's about the fact that we have other realms, other places around us. Just even in China, where that one opened up, that big sinkhole. Like we've got those all over. There's inner earth. There's all sorts of beings. There's all sorts of life and communities. And I mean, there's communities inside the inner earth. There is people who have been living inside of there. We keep talking about we want to go out in space, or we want to, go out and find people, but there's always been people right here. But it's our vibration that keeps us from being able to see. And so, and our vibration has been being manipulated. So I don't know. I think that is something with our vibration breaking free and breaking through whatever it is that's holding us back. And it's kind of like as a collective, and that is the thing that's moving us into this other age of Aquarius. Oh, I just saw this one person, and they were, again, it's weird too, because some of these people, like, I'll see some of their stuff and I'll like it and I'll be following them, but then they'll come in with this stuff, like, the New Agers, and is the devil. We are talking about there being a new age, because that is the time of the gods. We think we're gods. We want to be gods. So we're trying to create this new age so we can become the gods. And then in the new age is all of this devil stuff. And we're trying to get people to open their third eye. When you hear these people explain this stuff, like I think of it as being like extreme Christians or something explain this stuff. It sounds so ludicrous. Like, how do they believe this stuff? Like, it is mental. But that just shows they're just not ready to empower themselves to really figure out who they are. Like, I'm not the only person out there saying that we are all fractals of God. We are all part of the same solar system. We come from the same source. We are all fractals, equal fractals. There's nothing that sets us apart. We are God experiencing itself. We are the universe trying to understand itself. We are that. That is what we are. And we're all over the place. And, people are just so stuck in this, like, real life and death. And I just saw another thing, too, where they were showing, like, one-dimensional is a line. That's, one-dimensional. That's when you see things in it's just a line. Then the two-dimensional, and that's how dogs see, is, like, the picture drawn. But it's a flat. It's flat. And the 3D is like coming into the dollhouse. It's like the pop-up of the experience. You could read about it. You could look at pictures of it. You can go in and you can experience like you're in the dollhouse. Then, like I said, once you get up to the fourth as an observer, and it's all states of consciousness. It's all your ability to understand yourself without these limitations, because the being able to only be able to see yourself in third dimension is a limitation, especially when you have the reality that is being controlled by someone else and they are creating how you look at yourself. So the all of to me is when you start going up higher, when you start being able to understand yourself and the idea of you're not really here, you're not really there, you're not really in the dollhouse playing the part. You're really up here and you're really observing yourself. You are playing dolls with yourself and you are watching, but a lot of people can't comprehend that. They can't even comprehend that we aren't real. So, and it just keeps going like that. But that is everybody's own understanding. And that is why so much of this stuff, I don't know, maybe it is just looks really dirty. I don't know. I can't quit thinking it looks weird. But anyways, but I do like how it feels. Like, it doesn't feel dirty. It feels like, I don't know, I like it. I'll probably keep doing it, especially because, I mean, it's not like I'm going anywhere. But I don't want to say that. I'm going to be going a lot of places. That's my intention. I'm going to be going a lot of places. Just, I'm waiting for the timing. Timing. But anyways, what was I saying about? Oh, so yeah, it all depends on how you are, the ability to understand yourself and what you are, who you are, and what you're doing here, like what your whole existence means. Those are the different levels. Those are when people are like, oh, I'm living here in fourth or fifth dimension, and I don't know what's wrong with you guys living down there in third dimension. Just leave that and come here where I'm at. It's like, well, there's a whole purpose to being present in the third dimension while you're here, so that you can break free. It's seeing through the illusions. So you have this opportunity to see yourself, to understand yourself, to expand your understanding. That's what it's all for. That's what everything is happening for right now. And, a lot of people aren't moving through it very well. A lot of people just get stuck and stagnant. But there's still going to be something that's going to break things free. Like, there's going to be more people than just like, a couple hundred in the age of Aquarius. Like, it's going to become a mass healing. It's going to become a mass awakening. And it's going to be seeing the truth. Not just focusing on what, you just want to focus on who's controlling what in this world. Yeah, they are controlling it because this is their world. We're just here to experience, because it's low vibration and you can come in and play some really rotten shit out. So people, come in to experience. It's not because they just want to be rotten. Your soul doesn't want to be rotten. Your soul's trying to understand what creates rotten. How does rotten happen? Why, if this happens, why do I do this? Is it possible that I can stop it? If this happens to me, can I control it better? Can I change the outcome? Can I do this? Can I do that? That's what your soul's doing. You're not just coming in like, oh, I just want to go murder somebody. Hey, you guys want to go in? Anybody want to get murdered? Let's go play. It's not like that. There could be places that are like that. Like, I can't say for sure. There's not souls that just do that. Just go in and just do weird shit just because they don't have nothing to do. I think that they wouldn't be vibing very high because there's so much more purpose to what you do when you are in a more higher vibration. It's like being in grad school or something. You're focused on yourself and becoming your best self. So you're really putting a lot of work and effort into yourself, so you're a lot more purposeful. Like, you do think about like how you affect others and what you say to others and what energy are you putting out? How's that going to affect other people? You become a lot more purposeful. in your intentions and your how you perceive others, but how you perceive yourself. You look at yourself more clearly. So I don't imagine that it's like that. I think that's kind of like this dimensional kind of idea of what souls just seem out of control and crazy. But when you're not in this toxic environment, most souls are not like this. Like, this brings a certain thing out in you, and that's what you're trying to learn and discover and understand about yourself. So there's a lot of purpose to the whole thing with incarnating. It's not just going in and just playing parts. You're actually playing parts so you can learn and understand yourself. You're really playing the part. You're really being that person that you went into play, so that you can really learn from their experiences. So anyways, I just, that map, I shared it. I just was so excited when I saw it. It was just the honeycomb look of it. The whole thing was like how I keep seeing it in my head. And then to see it all drawn out like that, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. So I wanted to share that. And, you can try and find that guy and look more into it, especially if you are still riding the fence on, what is this place? Is it a globe? Do we have space and stuff? And you're still trying to understand all of that. I would go and look up, try and figure out who this guy is. And I can try and, as well, if I can find information, I'll definitely share his link. I didn't even go in and go through all of her stuff. I go in and start trying to find the links to people's things all the time, and I can't find them where people put them. So, but I can always ask her. I can always do some research and find the guy. But he seems like he has good information to me, because that map, I've seen that map in my head, and I don't know this guy. So anyways, I will talk to you later. Bye.